So this video is going to be very, very important. Back in 2020, Portland police were beating up on protesters and treating everybody like rioters, even though we know most of the protests were absolutely peaceful. Well, we found out the reason why. So the Rapid Response Team, who is Portland Police's crowd control response team or riot control response team, they were looking at training slides. And some of these training slides contain things that were from the Proud Boys and from certain people who were far right, who were Trump supporters, and who would target and label everyone as anti-fascist or Antifa or someone who should be hit or a communist. And we know this because now, according to OregonLive.com, Portland police training on protests in with slide mocking mock prayer for a dirty hippie prompts investigation. So let's get into the story. It's going to be quite amazing, so pay attention. And so on those PowerPoint training slides, you had such things as the prayer for a dirty hippie and the promise to send my humble servants with hats and bats to christen their heads with hickory, accompanied by a photo of a helmeted officer raising his arm to a woman. Now, there's also a meme there, and the meme is of the prayer of the alt-night, the base stickman meme. And the base stickman meme refers to Kyle Chapman, who is the founder of the group called the Fraternal Order of the Alt-Knights, that formed as the tactical defense arm of the Proud Boys. And so he's also a far-right Trump supporter and street brawler who earned his nickname Base Stickman after he hit somebody with a stick back in Berkeley in 2017. So once again, you have alt-right memes in police training PowerPoint slides. You have alt-right memes now. That's where we are. We have material from the Fraternal Order of the Alt-Knights that is being used to train cops. And the only reason why we know any of this is because a group that's a nonprofit called Don't Shoot Portland is a group that advocates for social and racial justice, has sued the city in federal court, alleging officers used excessive force while responding to protests in 2020. And now we see why, because those officers were essentially trained to do so on their own PowerPoint slides. And now we have proof of it because as a result of that actual court case, we have disclosure on this now. We all know this now because this group also did FOIA requests. So big shout out to them for showing us all this. Now that we know about this, now we know that alt-right material, that far-right material is what's being used to train cops in freaking Portland. Unbelievable, man. Unreal.